hate my life. So I am going to film a reaction to Kenobi. Well, I guess I may as well just lead with my predictions. Kenobi is going to behave like a tactical moron, because that's what they do in all these Disney Plus Star Wars shows. They do the most retarded things imaginable, constantly. I heard we see a certain legacy character as a child. I'm going to assume she is written to be as annoying as humanly possible. The worst part about the trailers for me was how it played a bunch of scenes and lines and soundtrack from the prequels and next to nothing from their show. In one of them, and in the other one, we didn't really get much of anything. Already, I feel the need to point this out, and I'm going to point this out every time I see it, because this is an agonizingly consistent occurrence with all Star Wars shows on Disney+. They will establish a character has a gun, a flamethrower, a stun, a missile, and then a scenario where a character can use it comes up and the character doesn't use it. The character will do everything except use the tool that they have been established to have. Exhibit A, I always cite this in The Mandalorian. The perfect scene to establish this. Season 1 of The Mandalorian, the prison ship episode. The big red devil ox dude comes walking into the computer room. Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, is in a vent right above his head. With his guns, with his pin missiles, with his flamethrower, with his jetpack, everything, right? He has everything. Do you think he, A, tries to shoot this guy who is here to kill him in the head? B, stuns him with the stun setting that his guns have long since been established to have? C, shoots his grappling hook around this giant ox of an alien and try to choke him out from the air vent before getting yanked down and falling into a hand-to-hand fight where he uses literally everything except the stun gun until the very end of the fight where he has no choice but to use the stun gun. I'll put you to rest. He used the stunt. It was option C. It's time for Wyatt's crazy predictions that are more than likely going to come true because Disney is predictable. This chick, right here, is important. There are many other things that I could say about the way she is going to be written, but that would spoil the surprise, and I'd also probably get called racist. 10 years later. Wait, 10 years later? That means we're only 9 years away from A New Hope, right? Dang, I hope the trailers weren't messing with me then, because he needs mad makeup then, because if he's 9 years away from looking like Alec Guinness, what the hell is going to happen to him in this series? He looks like crap. I will not let this go, and I will not stop bringing it up. You know why? Very, very, very simple. Disney is a billionaire corporation. Okay? They are working with 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5, maybe even 10s to hundreds of times the budget and the time that George Lucas was working on when making the prequels. And this guy's species looked immaculate in the prequels. So do not give me the excuse like, oh, well, this guy's gonna be doing lightsaber action, so he can't he can't be the same. Piss off.
Inquisitors.
You know what we do?
You hunt Jedi.
In actuality, I would say the Jedi hunt themselves.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Do you know that...
What? In actuality, I would say the Jedi hunt themselves. Grown-ass people wrote this dialogue.
Now, if he were smart, he'd keep moving, but the Jedi code is like an itch. He cannot help it. So he steps in and saves your saloon. You offer him a place to hide fresh water, shade from the suns. But the stories they begin, and they travel quickly. His compassion has been his undoing.
Oof. Riva's a woman of action. The Grand Inquisitor was mansplaining too much. Like literally, what was the point of that? She could have genuinely compromised the mission. What if this guy wasn't physically here? What if, as payment to the Asian dude, this guy was out getting groceries or something? What the hell? What? We're gonna talk about this. This guy was like James in Team Rocket in Rebels. And even there, he was more competent. I lost count of the amount of injuries and, like, kidnappings him and the other one. I forget the other one, like the something-if sister. This guy and the other one he was paired with in Rebels. Caught, killed, captured, did so much. Like, sure, they got ran away from, like, we're blasting off again, we'll see you next time, see you next week, because it was written like a serial kid show. But even then, he was so much more competent. You know the Force, you have a lightsaber, and your target is right in front of you. What are you doing?
You'll never find us, Obi.
Oh. Your target is on the run, and the only time you use the Force is to restrain your own men? Are you serious? Are you serious? Kathleen. Miss Kennedy. Where are you getting these writers? Preschool? Oh no, my biggest enemy, curtains.
You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
So she's obsessed with Kenobi. I'm gonna be that guy and just call it for now. There's probably not a good reason. If there even is a reason. Because stuff in these shows just tends to happen or be that way just 'cause lol.
It's only half. Please, I have a family.
One more word, I take it all. Something you want to say?
I had the same problem with a scene in Spider-Man 2, like the Sam Raimi one. It's the scene where Peter Parker sees a dude getting mugged, he sees a dude getting beat up, and because he no longer has his powers and he's chosen to live as Peter Parker for that instance, he doesn't do anything. He lets the guy continue to get beat up screaming for help. That's alarmingly out of character. Because as shown in all the runtime in previous bits, he would try to do something. Maybe not directly, but he would try to do something. Nice to know Kenobi is nicer to his pig horse than he is to his coworkers. Okay, so
What? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. Not in right now.
Master.
Qui-Gon's at home. Going for tunnel. Can't hear you.
would have been cool if Qui-Gon came back.
What about the people that need us? What about the fight?
The fight is done. We lost.
What happened to you? You were once a great Jedi.
Oh, such glorious, expansive, emotional writing. What happened to you? You were once a great Jedi. What happened to you? Oh, you're different now. Something changed. That's same dialogue issue I have with, like, say, Moon Knight, for example. You see Mark Spector walking out of the bathroom on the security camera. The musical cue makes it clear. If it wasn't clear already by the look on Mark's face, Steven is not controlling the body. Because Oscar Isaac is good at emoting. Oscar Isaac is good at acting. But that's not me. That's not me.
She's either in the cellar, in the kitchen,
or in the woods.
Oh, she's so quirky. She's in the woods. She went outside like a human being.
I'm sorry, Mother. I really am. I promise I won't do it again.
You know, I can feel you doing that.
It's like living in a prison.
Wow, so she's a piece of crap kid. Loverly. Alrighty, mercenaries here to steal the kid. Gotcha. So they're gonna force Leia Organa to be a crucial part of the plot. That won't get old at all.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father? Anakin is dead, Ben. And I won't let you make the same mistake twice.
It's been 10 years. I refuse to believe they don't know that Darth Vader is still alive. I refuse to believe that the Empire is that inefficient.
We're not under the Empire's...
All we want is information. If anyone knows anything about a Jedi.
For very obvious reasons, she's going to get the redemption arc, yet they're making her out to be the most bull-headed, evil one of them all. It's very obvious, it's very obvious for very obvious reasons that she's going to get a redemption arc. I kept bouncing around it. I'm not going to bounce around it anymore. She's a black woman. Disney would not be caught dead with a villainous black woman who didn't get a contrived, pretentious redemption arc. She will not stay evil. I guarantee it.
Right on time, as always. Anything good today?
A trade ship and an Aquilian Ranger.
Jeez.
Probably scouring for pirates.
That's what I said.
Don't encourage her.
All right.
That actor has aged like milk. Jeez.
You're not one of us. You're not even a real Organa.
You're adopted.
You're scared of him. Your father. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what it means. You think being like him will make people frightened of you, but really, you're the one who's scared. You've never made one decision for yourself in your entire life, and you never will. I may not have seen much, cousin, but I can see that.
Very insightful for a 10-year-old.
One day this planet will look to you, Leia. There are many ways to lead. You just have to find yours. Plus, imagine the look on your cousin's face when you get to boss him around for real.
You won't have to worry
for
that
now.
much. He's gonna get blown up by the Death Star. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Look at how they're running. Look at. He's about to catch up to her because he's about to pass his buddy, and he chooses to go left. Impeccable writing. Impeccable direction. Billion-dollar corporation. Expect better. This is believable. She knows these woods. She knows this terrain. This is her home. So of course she would be able to use stuff like this to her advantage. It's a shame that it's one stick and there's no reason why he can't immediately jump over it and come get her. But Disney is contriving it that one stick is enough to stop a grown-ass man. Duck on...
She needs
Obi-Wan. We can't trust anyone else.
What about the Senate?
We cannot let this become public. It would draw too much attention.
Well, your guard, then? Or a bounty hunter?
Only you know how important she really is, Obi-Wan. If Leia is discovered...
I can't...
What is this writing? What is this writing? It's the Luke problem again. It's the Luke problem again. Out of nowhere, he becomes a shitty, selfish, crotchety old man. And the passage of time should be enough to justify it. I believe he has PTSD. I believe he has regrets, and I believe he would be reluctant to jump back into the fray. But Obi, my boy, this isn't some rando Jedi approaching you begging for help. This is one of the children you have been tasked to protect by Master friggin' Yoda, who is in mortal danger. Get off your ass, get your lightsaber, and get to work. I can't leave Luke. It's been 10 years, pal. Owen just demonstrated right in front of your eyes that he can handle it. I'm sure he'll last a week.
You've made mistakes. We all did. It's the past. Move on. Be done with it. You couldn't save Anakin. But you can save her.
And what if I can't?
There is no one I trust more with my child than you.
Meaningful dialogue, good moment, decent speeches all around. I still don't understand why Obi-Wan is the one this needs to be directed at. Disney hasn't given me enough to go on. This is another plot issue I had with The Mandalorian. You put all this time, all this effort into restraining, binding, tying, catching a valuable target. But you don't disarm them. You don't frisk them for devices. You don't remove the armor, the helmet, the jetpack, anything. Oh...
This is a bad idea.
He is not about to find his lightsaber. He is not about to find his lightsaber in a sea of sand. Screw you. How on earth would he find that? There was no marker. He just walked up and went, I think that's the spot. Screw you. That's not... No. Oh, thank God it's over. 4 out of 10.
Kenobi!